up, everybody? Welcome to the Christmas special episode of the On the Runs podcast. We are coming to you live from our original recording spot in Erica's living room kitchen table. It is also, we just talked about this, we're going to give this episode a number. So welcome to episode 139 of the On the Runs podcast. It is our Christmas special. We have some amazing people here from a pod from Erica. I cannot block out every time you cough.
I know, you're going to have to deal with it.
So no
I'm
coughing.
sorry.
But first, I need to say hello to the cougher herself, my amazing kick-ass rock star of a co-host, 6-star Erica. What's up?
we are having so much fun here already, and we're just getting started. So how have you been, man?
Good. I feel like we've been seeing and talking a lot lately.
Mm-hmm.
We've been recording a bunch of episodes, getting all the great World Race 777
Super
content.
Cool stuff. Yep.
I'm kind of what are we doing in person? For the record, it took me about 42 minutes to set up. So we had a lot to set up. We hope we have video here on the video. That might
We'll
not
see.
work. I think it is working though. See, it's purple around the screen.
Oh, so that
it's
means we're
working.
talking.
I think it's working, but fingers crossed. We're testing some things out. We want to be big time podcast, and we will be one day, but we can't afford the $1,000 cameras yet.
Nope.
So we're doing a computer here. I think we could set it up where we have two different views with this Roadcaster connected to Riverside, make it work somehow. But we have two other awesome people here. Why don't you introduce them for me?
Oh, I'm looking at the very lovely Lindsay and Tara. Thank you for joining us today. We're so happy to have you. Welcome back to my house.
Thank you. We're psyched to be here.
Yeah, happy to be here. And it's Tara Pterodactyl, by the way.
Yeah,
Guys,
get it right.
screwed
Correction.
it up.
Get
We
it
gotta
right.
Scrap this whole
Jeez.
episode.
Jeez.
I hope that was a bwah, 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 bwah.
Nah, it was some. Oh wait, here we go.
We can't hear them. Okay. I totally can't hear what's going on right
they
now.
don't have headphones. I do. I got the recorder here. I said next time, everyone needs to get their own headphones. The two of you need to get your own mics because this episode is really a mix of a lot of things. It is our Christmas special. It is the prequel of the ReCrap because we're going to talk about the year, and then you two are going to start your ReCrap next month. Then this is also 139. We had so many things to do, and we're not going to. Oh, it's also part 2 of the foundation.
Yeah.
Because
Totally.
because these two early to bed, early to rise girls here bailed on us, and I think we're totally unprepared for that. But
That's because you drank all the beer, Eric.
no, I had more
I'm
to
just-
go.
it's-
Eric,
And he
You
spilled
spilled
it
all the
on my
beer.
couch.
yeah, and
He asked for beer tonight, and I said, I don't think
I
that's
just
what you're
asked why didn't we bring beer? Why didn't someone get on that? I wanted some Bud Heavies. That's what I wanted because
I
Dale
got Bud Light
Jr.
Limes.
is back in the Bud 8 car, and I'm super pumped for that. But yeah, so this is a lot of episodes here. We have no notes. This is unhinged, raw, probably
You're gonna have
unedited.
a blast on it or unedited.
Unhinged.
He's
But-
just gonna
That's
be like,
exactly
no.
how our podcast
Yeah,
is.
Published.
exactly.
But it is
Totally unhinged.
it is our Christmas special, and we can't have a Christmas special without some Christmas trivia. So I came
Before-
prepared.
Before you get into that, have you guys seen the Santa Claus, the one with Tim Allen?
The
Oh,
original,
yes. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
original.
Yeah.
So you know his little elf friend is named Bernard.
yeah.
That is the name of our pizza delivery driver.
Oh.
Bernard is on the
Excellent.
way.
I hope he's wearing a Santa hat.
Bernard.
Yeah.
Extra tip for
Bernard.
you, Bernard.
Isn't Bernard the elf on the shelf? Isn't that his name too?
I don't
Is it?
actually
No.
know.
I don't have children.
Is that one
I
of your
don't know
fun
that.
facts?
And I've
No,
also
so
never
the
seen
elf on the
Santa
shelf,
Claus.
you give it its own name.
Oh, okay.
And ours is Sprinkle Starlight or something. I forget. But
Sprinkle
speaking of that,
Bitch.
the three you have,
Sprinkle Bitch.
well, Lindsay, you might, but the three you really have no clue what goes into this elf on a shelf. Last night, Ashley goes, could you take a bunch of the kids' toys, put them in this pan for cooking, for baking, and fill it with water and put it in the freezer? Right? So the elf, throws all the toys and put them in the freezer. And then one day the elf is up making, whatever on the ceiling fan and causing messes. Here's the funny thing though. Ashley does the elf and the elf gets into trouble and makes messes, ruins everything. Right. And some people do some really funny shit with the elf.
I've seen the
Yeah, there are some-
Instagram posts
there are
and
some
stuff.
But I'm like,
Hilarious.
when it was Boys Week, I was putting the elf above the toilet and saying, "Hey, boys, I'm watching you. You need to use the potty."
Oh.
So I'm thinking smart here, and you got to
Okay.
do this, or else Santa's not going to bring you anything. And Ashley's making messes everywhere with like this elf. So,
So what's the deal with that? Like the kids aren't allowed to touch the elf,
it's
right?
a way for
Or
a company
else-
to make money.
Well, yes, of course,
Yeah.
but the kids aren't allowed to touch it, right? Or
Yeah.
else what?
And
Like,
at
the
night-
elf
They don't get-
dies
yeah.
or
They don't
something?
get- they don't get any presents.
Yeah.
Oh my
Santa
God.
But at
ceases
night-
to exist.
Yeah, so the elf is always watching.
Terrorizing kids.
And
I
at
love it.
nighttime, the elf moves around, or at nighttime,
Uh-huh.
the elf goes back to North Pole and tells Santa,
Oh.
right? and then comes back.
So it is a way to get your kid be nice or else.
Yeah.
It's really
Yep.
just another money making way for like the Mattel.
It's a lot of stress
or
on
whatever.
the
I was
parents.
gonna say,
then,
and it's a
right?
way
Oh
to
my
stress
God, it's
parents
awesome
out
because it's
even
like
more.
it's like the night before December 1st. Where do you put the elf? Where do you put the elf? The other year, I think it was last year, I went and bought an elf the night before December 1st, and then we found it,
Mm.
and then I returned the elf because it's like $40.
So what happens if you forget to move the elf? What excuse would you give your kids?
It hasn't happened yet.
Well, that is good.
I
but-
don't know.
It's
what
away
happened.
on vacation. It took a day trip. To,
Freaking when
to
we went to
rock-
Disney World,
New
the
York
elf
City.
had to come to Disney World. That just
Oh.
God, don't take your elf with you on vacation.
I missed the elf on the shelf. My kid's 16. So
yeah.
So that's been around for a long time.
it has been around
then.
for a while,
Okay.
but it was never a thing in our household.
I see.
So to fit the bill here with
Mhm.
Christmas special and before the pizza's coming,
Mhm.
let's do some fun Christmas trivia questions. All right, easy one here. How many reindeer does Santa have?
8.
9.
Bingo, Erica. It counts Rudolph.
It's Rudolph.
Though.
Yeah.
It counts Rudolph. All right, what is the most popular Christmas song of all time?
Jingle bells.
Of all time.
All time.
Oh man, because that freaking Mariah Carey one's
Oh,
been
gosh,
like
that's-
everybody's, but that's
Ah,
new.
sorry.
New.
Sorry.
The bane of my existence.
Final answer, Erica?
Sure, I'm gonna go.
Erica
with
is 2 for 2.
that. Oh no freaking
Yep.
way! Way to go, Mariah.
In the movie Home Alone, where is the McAllister family going in the first movie when they leave Kevin behind?
Paris.
France. Yeah, Paris.
Paris,
yeah.
France.
Yeah.
Just watched this last
Yeah.
night. I feel
Oh,
like
it's
I'm
such
cheating,
a great
you guys.
movie.
All right,
So good.
this
Did
one
you
might be
write these
tough. I don't know.
Did you give these to Eric? Are these your notes?
Do you have
Erica
answers
asked
written on
me
your
to
arm?
read these
Yeah.
questions to make her look good. What is Frosty the Snowman's nose made out of?
A carrot. Oh,
A
Corn-
stick.
Corn cob pie.
corn cob pie. No. Two.
Yeah, wrong.
Fucking-
A button.
Oh, with a button nose.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
How many ghosts visit Scrooge in the Christmas Carol?
3.
Wrong.
How is that wrong?
Tara?
Oh, do you
2.
count Marley and?
Nope, 4.
Oh.
And I just saw the Christmas Carol and I knew
I
that.
watched the Muppet one
I'm going
last
to it
night.
Friday.
So there's-
Palace Theater. I'm going.
No way.
Yeah.
So Adeline won't be in that one. She was just in this one over this past weekend. She was amazing. So there's 4 because from what I know, you have the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future. But there's a ghost before all that who comes and tells Scrooge
Oh,
these
right.
people are coming. Yeah. Is the pizza here?
He said he's entered our neighborhood and will arrive shortly.
All right. Cool.
A very small neighborhood.
What decoration? Oh, that's so easy. What decoration is typically hung on the doors?
Wreath.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Why did I think doorknob?
I
I'm like,
noticed
what goes on a
literally just
doorknob?
my brain just totally went blank.
That was so
I was
confident.
like bells.
Maybe it wasn't so easy. It was easy for pterodactyl.
I have never been more confident.
I
in
don't know
anything in
what's
my
going
life.
on with my brain tonight.
Wreath.
Love it.
In the song "The 12 Days of Christmas," what gift is given on the 7th day?
Too many birds.
Maids of milking.
Seven swans are
7, not
swimming.
8. Yes, Lindsay, correct. Nice job.
I think that was a tie.
Too
with-
many birds.
Yeah.
I didn't want to sing the whole thing for everybody.
What is the original title of the poem "The Night Before Christmas"?
There's another name for that?
Can I ask? Can I phone a friend?
Can I get the
One day
Can I
we'll
ask
have
the
that
delivery
technology.
driver?
It was A Visit from St. Nicholas.
Oh.
Never would have gotten that.
All right.
Mm-mm.
Math people. Mathletes, if you're listening, you better get
Danielle,
this right
Danielle.
away. How many
Math
gifts in total were given in the 12 days of Christmas?
Oh, I hate this shit. Nope. I'm not
serious.
even gonna.
Lindsay's thinking here.
What's 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 + 5 + 6 + 7
But then
61?
364.
What's she answer?
And the 12 days of Christmas?
Yes, because it's like, does it go in order 1 to 12 or does it go 12 down?
on the first day.
So then it goes on
Bernard's
the second day
here.
of Christmas.
You're on Bernard.
So it would go like on the first
Wait
day
a
of Christmas,
second.
that's 1.
Yeah.
And then on the second day of Christmas, that's 2, but then they
Oh,
count
and then
down
you
to
get a-
1, so that 1 counts again.
Oh.
So really the 1 is 12 times.
You're not getting like 89
Hey,
birds.
hey. This is from the internet.
You're
Oh,
not
so it must be
It's wrong.
must be right.
You are not getting 89
Yeah,
birds or
right.
some shit. Like, somebody is getting all these birds. Who do I talk to? How do I return birds?
All right, while Lindsay is getting our pizza, I feel like she would know this one. So, what is the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time?
Elf.
I wish Bernard was here. We could
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Yes.
Is Die Hard...
Die Hard is a
the
Christmas
question
movie.
of the podcast for everybody, the question of the week on Ask Wednesdays or whatever we're calling
Yes.
it, is Die Hard a Christmas movie, yes or
100%.
no?
Yes.
Yes.
Bruce
Yes,
Willis said
yes.
it's not.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll come back to that one when
Can you-
Lindsay's here. So
Can you
she can get
tag
it right.
Bruce in the comments?
Yeah,
if
yeah, yeah.
He votes.
Um,
Hold on. Let me get my real guess. Christmas movie.
Like, I've watched so many Christmas movies, but that is like the one I go back to every year. I mean, I don't know though.
I was. Oh.
Lindsay's walking in. Lindsay, they haven't figured out the answer to this one. What is the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time?
Is it A Wonderful Life? Is
That's
that
what I was
a
thinking.
Christmas movie?
Christmas movie, guys. Christmas movie. Highest grossing Christmas movie of all
Die
time.
Hard.
Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Home Alone, people. Home Alone.
Yes, that. I didn't one of them had
You
guessed
know
it.
what?
No.
I said Elf,
I
but
was gonna
so
say Home Alone 2, but it was already a question, so I didn't think
it
you were
makes
gonna
me
go there
wonder
twice.
if they're counting the entire franchise because there's like so many more of those movies because they made them with like a different kid.
They're terrible after
Yeah.
the first
Disney
two.
would
No.
mess with those.
All right. What were Frosty the Snowman's first words?
I'm melting.
Happy
Hold on.
birthday. No, none of you are going to get that.
No.
He's like, I'm putting you out of your misery.
Happy birthday? Are you being serious?
Yes. Yes, this is from the internet.
The internet.
The internet never lies.
We have an issue. The internet and me.
What country is credited with starting the Christmas tradition of decorating Christmas trees?
Canada.
Finland.
I was going in that direction.
I love both your guesses. I love them. They're wrong, but I think they're both great guesses.
We got our
I'm gonna
Christmas tree from
say-
Canada.
Germany.
Germany,
Oh,
correct.
yeah.
Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding. Wow, that was impressive. Yeah. What company? What was the first company to use Santa Claus in advertising?
Coca-Cola.
Wow.
That was a good one.
Wow.
I mean, hopefully we're right.
Yeah, you
Right,
got
we have no idea, but
it there.
Wow.
did we get the burp, 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 burp?
There you go.
Thank you.
In Home Alone, what does Kevin order to eat when he's home alone?
Pizza.
Pizza.
From Little Nero's.
Cheese pizza. Yep. What traditional Christmas ballet premiered in St. Petersburg, Russia in 1892?
Nutcracker.
Yeah. Yeah. And in Elf, what does Buddy say his favorite thing to do is?
Smiling.
Smiling's my favorite.
Yes.
Making toys.
Whoa.
Yep. According to legend,
feel let
what
down.
holiday treat is shaped to resemble a shepherd's staff?
Candy cane.
What the heck is a shepherd's
Did you just
staff?
say shaft?
A staff, you know,
Staff.
like it really. Think like little
They're
Bo
curved like
Peep
that.
has one of those.
In the movie Santa Claus, what does Calvin Klein do to become Santa?
Oh, he kills Santa and puts on his suit.
Puts on his suit.
Love
Correct.
That movie. That may be one of like. Oh, there's so many good ones you can't choose. a
Last
favorite.
one. Dad joke of the day. Why was the letter E the only letter to get a gift from Santa?
I don't know. I'm at a loss.
All the other letters in the alphabet were naughty.
Please tell me you did.
I got it. I had the finger on. I had the finger on it. I was ready to go.
That one took me a minute.
All right, so that's it for our Christmas special. I say let's eat.
Yeah.
And then we'll continue the Christmas special, the Foundations Part 2, and the recap prequel. Is that the right
some
word?
recrapping.
Some recrapping.
Yeah, well, let's recap after some pizza, after we eat this pizza.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys on the other side. All right, we're back from pizza and from apparently chugging Sprite. That's a thing?
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's one challenge I thought I was going to do very well at. I think I gave myself like a B+.
I'm a C-. I really thought I was going to burp a lot louder.
D.
Better burps way after.
I recently saved your burp,
You did.
and I'm going to add it to like the
Yes!
media
Oh my
board here.
God!
Oh,
So like,
yeah.
and sometimes if someone's like says whatever, instead of going, it can be your burp.
My burp, yeah.
That is the sincerest form of flattery when
Yeah.
when your burp is epic enough to end up on the soundboard.
That burp came from 6 months ago. Let's just make a pact right now.
Mhm.
The last episode of the year, Christmas time, we always do this. And then the last episode before our
Ooh,
birthday break, we
I
always
love
do this.
Yes. I'm in on
We
that.
can have beer in the summer, pizza at Christmas.
Why
Eggnog,
can't we
do you
have,
guys do
what do you have
eggnog?
against pizza in the summer?
Well, we can.
You know
also
what we
do that.
could have? We could have shrimp and lobster, which I learned you love shrimp and lobster.
My will run for friends will back me up and say that no, I do not like that stuff.
I love shrimp and lobster, so I'm in.
You know what?
We'll just go to Maine and I'll get chicken fingers like a 5-year-old.
You know what, Erica? Your view on shrimp and lobster, which
I have a texture thing. you
lobster's the
guys.
best. Your view on it, it's tainted.
My favorite word.
Taint.
Taint?
Taint.
I thought that was your least
It
favorite
is
word.
my least favorite word.
Taint is your least favorite word, or tainted, or both?
It's taint. I don't know.
Tell everybody in case they didn't hear
With
this yet.
taint.
All right. So if you're just tuning in, I was recently featured on the Will Run For's Inside the Runners Studio, and I had a lot of fun talking with Tom and Diana and Michael and Aaron. And they were just asking me some fun, interesting questions, and you got to experience it too, Eric. So you know what it's like. But
Last year, that was a lot of fun.
yeah. So I had some curveballs thrown at me, and
You did. What was
Yeah.
your favorite word?
superfluous.
What is that? And I ask you, I'm not going to give away any of the rest of the episode, but you said it like superfluous. You couldn't hear it. What were you saying, and what is that?
That was my radio voice.
It was way
Oh,
too quiet for a radio
superfluous.
voice.
Speaking of OnlyFans,
Can't do any of that right now. But anyways, yeah, it just means like an excess of something. You have a superfluous amount.
A superfluous
What about
amount of
surplus?
feet pics.
What did you say that
A
again?
feet pic.
Superfluous.
Superfluous?
It's
Oatmeal?
hey,
Superfluous.
what's wrong with surplus?
superfluous.
No.
Oatmeal.
But yeah.
Wait, what? Oh my god! I was listening to the best of episode, and there were just so many words. I wish you would remind me of some of the ones that, like. Do you guys remember?
Oh,
all of-
I've texted some in the group
Yes.
chat where I'm like,
well, a recent one that I
Eric,
loved a lot was Instable instead of
Oh,
Instable.
Instable.
yes.
So
that
that
was
a
the
good
one I texted.
I was like, is
I
he
was
saying uncrustable? What's going on there?
There was one recently that Tara tried to call me out for, and I was like, actually, no, that's a fail because I know how to say that. I just said it wrong one
on
time.
purpose. Yeah.
She goes, we have a new oatmeal.
Oh, what was the oatmeal?
He said oatmeal. Correct.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did I? Well, the thing was,
like,
I got
shit.
so flustered
They're
in the
on
middle
me.
of it because I didn't
Yeah.
know what was right and what wasn't right. And we have this one guy's name at work, and his name is Abbas or Abis, or I don't even know now because they make fun of me because I can't get his name right. And I'm like, what is it, Abbas or Abis or Abbas? What? I don't know.
He needs a name like mine, like pterodactyl. He needs like Kabas Abbas or I don't even know.
That's probably the best one ever for me. And it just worked out great. And now
Parrot.
you're like, it's a thing.
Yes, so that was one highlight for me this year. I got recognized in public.
Yes.
Not only in public, but it was at the BAA 5K. 10,000 people, and someone came up to me and was like, "You're pterodactyl." I was like, "Damn right I am."
Guys, we're not that big, but I love to hear it. We're growing. It's happening. That was so cool.
That was Maria.
Maria.
Oh,
yeah.
I met her at K-State.
Yeah,
she
she was so
recognized me
sweet.
too.
I've yet to meet Maria. Maria, what the heck? Come on, girl.
You got to go to more things.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. It's going to happen.
There you go.
It's going to happen because we saw that one reel by Gary somebody. Anyways, I sent it to you. Or no, that was the Jesse Itzler one.
Oh,
It's
you got to
like,
be there.
You got to be there.
Be there.
You got to be there, and you got to obsess, and you got to be there about it, and obsess about it, and all the time. And so there was this wicked fancy hotel where all these celebrities went, and people he needed to see and get in touch with. And he realized he could just show up to the restaurant; doesn't have to be a guest. So he went there every day for breakfast.
Oh,
Yep.
there you go.
Be there.
Jesse Itzler. He's a big time runner. He does that running festival that Jared went to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Brady's done that too.
Brady does it. Brady's buddies with him. And
That's
Brady follows us and he comments when you do your races. And if you post stories more and did your homework, we would get more of that kind of engagement. Like you were at a race recently and I was like, nobody freaking knew it that she was at the Jingle Bell except for our guy, Steve 305. What's up, Steve? Thank you for posting a video and sending it to me so people knew you were
Hey,
doing
I was having a bad day. So
Is Erica gonna post more in 2025?
I was going to ask that.
you
If
know what
that's gonna
happens
be-
when you guys give me homework? I will ignore it.
You know,
So let me do
when
it
we were here
naturally.
for the foundations, you asked for more homework and we gave you some.
I regretted that.
So
I
actually,
immediately regret this decision.
Actually, you brought up something great. I was going to say this at some point, maybe I was going to do a solo episode, state of the pod type thing, and
State of the pod.
right. Well, the Bruins
My
do a state
fellow
of the
podcasters.
Bruins, and
True.
other podcasts do state of the pods, and there's just like the end of the year state of whatever you are, whatever like state of St. A's golf coaching analyst, whatever. Like, is she the right coach for the team? I think she is.
Sorry.
Erica will be giving how many homework assignments do you think I gave her this year?
3,
Oh my God, no way.
10.
let's call it 8 to 12. All right, how many did she
Ask
accomplish?
me how many I remember he
2.
gave me.
None. Like full time
That's not
accomplished.
true.
No, well,
Uh-uh.
maybe
She-
one flying pig,
Flying
but
pig.
that she did on her
Oh,
own.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
a
great.
great-
She
that was
really
good
did it
fun.
on
What
her own.
happens
That
when
was
I do
great.
stuff
Yeah.
on my own?
So-
Just let me do it organically.
It needs
Well,
to
you
happen
asked for
naturally.
things, and, and
Once a month,
So
Erica.
2025.
like
12.
like she
Don't
said
give me
she was
shit.
going to
12
make a
assignments.
weekly post on the On the Runs account, and it was her day was going to be like Thursday or whatever. And don't say you didn't say this because I have the evidence.
I know.
You know, I'll go back and
I
find
know
it.
you can find
How many
receipts.
Thursday posts do you think she made all year?
One,
One.
if
I
that.
think it was one. I think it was one. She
See,
also
he
has
he
she also
didn't
has
like it.
another homework assignment that she really wanted to do, and she was all about last summer after the
I know
foundations.
exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah, how many do you think she did?
Oh, I don't even remember what that is.
She was going to write emails
One.
to the guests after we have them on to
One.
thank them.
Oh,
She did 2.
that you know of.
So now we know.
I just don't include him on that.
Now we know who her 2 favorite guests of the year are. What's
me
up,
guess.
Andy Glaze?
I
I forget who the other one. The other one was whoever the very first one was.
Bex.
No,
No,
she hasn't done
no,
Bex
after
yet.
he talked about having
Oh,
her do
oh,
the
oh,
thank
oh.
yous.
Yeah. So how many homework assignments? Here's what I'm getting at. How many homework assignments am I going to give Erica in 2025?
0.
Something realistic. Oh, or you could go with what she said.
One
where
a quarter.
She needs to like.
She's right again. 0.
Yeah.
I'm not giving her 1.
The
She
more
needs
organic
to.
it is, the more invested I
She
am.
needs to find her thing and then just get in a habit, be obsessed with it. Okay, I'm going to post on the account every Tuesday.
But see
I'm
what
going to post
sucks?
stories all the
The
time
thing I'm obsessed with
at a race.
is running. Like that's what
So
I've been.
post about it.
But I want to run. Like I don't want to
So
be
we
stuck on my phone.
we had a ton of ideas for hamster wheel, and how many happened?
None.
Actually, I did make a TikTok. I did my Forrest
Thank
Gump
you.
TikTok.
Yeah.
But
I
She
had
likes
the
to do
time
the
crunch
challenges when
and-
one of you think about it and you're like, hey, let's do this Sprite thing. And she's like, yes. No,
Well,
no. The point is, I was thinking about doing a solo episode where I talk for 30 minutes, state of the pod, goals for the pod, but you guys can ask me all those things. I was going to say on that, like, hey, if I was really mad about her not doing homework, I would not at all mention it here on the pod.
Right. You're
All
just
right.
giving her shit.
All right,
It's your
I
friendship.
can
It's
give her
yeah.
shit, but in a really, I am not going to give her any homework assignments. She needs to find her thing, and if she wants to be the one to write emails to every guest after thanking them, she needs to do it on her own. However,
Mhm.
I do think you should do it after we record with them, not after the episode drops, because they drop like 6 weeks later.
Yeah, when we first came up with that idea, it wasn't so ahead of
Well,
schedule.
I was doing it, and you're like, "Give me something." I go, "Okay, take this off my plate."
Mhm.
So, and then I don't know if you saw it, but I beat you to it last night. I was like, "I am writing to Bex and
That's
Ashley."
because I don't stay up to the ass crack at 1 o'clock in the morning anymore.
The truth is, I am obsessed about this.
I know you are.
I'm super obsessed, and so I'm like, I'm running like.
Half the time I feel like I'm stepping on your toes when I'm like, oh, I shouldn't answer this email like from insert name here. And
She will think of things though, and be like, "We need to do more of that." And if I really don't like it, I'm just like, "Nope, not happening."
It's his brainchild.
happening.
We've been over
One
this
of them
stuff.
was she wants to do a lot of those Instagram videos that might have. You sent me a bunch. You're like, we need to do more of these where it might have a movie clip or someone saying something, and you put in bubble words like,
because everybody does that, and that gets like quick engagement.
it gets
so,
really quick
yeah.
engagement and followers.
But I don't
and I'm
know
just
how to
like, that's
make
not
those.
us. That's
Yeah.
not us. We're
Yeah, also that.
but you can make those. And I did say, if you make them, I'll let you post them.
Mhm.
But you're like, you should learn how to do it. I'm like, no, you should learn.
Well, you're the one with Canva. I don't have that.
You have access to it.
Do I?
Yeah, we pay for it.
Oh, well, give me some.
I'll give you.
Slide me that
I'll
password.
give you
I don't know.
access. You have. I mean, you have it.
Probably
I'll just.
still not going to come up.
I'm
with
gonna
like,
have to
what?
send you the
It's
code,
not gonna
the
happen.
password again, or the login and all that. But no, you have everything I have access to. You two, you have access to, except you don't get to take this.
Oh, I don't want that.
You get the other little recorder.
That's the only thing I would do. Just keep pressing the buttons.
You're like, oh, what's this one do? What's that do? Oh, look at all the pretty colors.
It is pretty colors, yeah.
But all right, this is, as I said a couple times, like part 2 of the foundation. It's also the preview of the ReCrap, which is a show the two of you are going to do every month at the end of every month, once a month. And if you think of it, that's just 12 times in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can do it virtually.
And you can do it virtually. And I don't know if you have mics yet, but I will allow it if you don't have a mic for the first one.
I have a mic.
You have a mic.
I have a mic.
Yes.
So I have been requesting somebody send me a link to buy.
Check your email history from Eric at Monday Night Media or eric.mondaynightmedia@gmail.com.
Oh, no.
I think it was.
Did you get
it was right when you
blacklisted?
Blacklisted.
No, I mean, like, did you go to the spam folder?
Oh, baby. It's not recent though. It's not.
It's
recent
like when you
territory.
first sent that email.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a Black Friday text to be like, hey, buy this one.
Well, that's why I need an admin person.
Not it. Fuck that. Nope.
I also still
Not
do
passionate
not
about
have
it.
your phone number.
I gave it to you, and I don't
know.
give my phone number to anybody.
I know.
And I gave it to you,
thought
and you
were a
deleted
creep
it.
that I met at the bar. Literally, the day he gave me his phone number, I went out and got completely hammered. And I got a text. I was looking at my phone.
Oh, I
and it
sent
was
you like 4 or
who
5
is
gifs.
this?
And I'm like, what?
I sent you some weird gifs.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
I didn't-
come
oh my
on,
God, it was
man.
probably that weirdo I was talking to. And I'm
But
like,
I
why
thought
did
the
I give
gifs
him my
would
number?
Oh my gosh. Delete.
So I just deleted it because I'm like, I'm deleting this because when I delete it, it never happened. Because I was like, what? Oh my God.
But all right, so ReCrap / Foundations Part 2. Big
You
moments.
didn't even have any
Big.
Sprite.
All right, so the ReCrap Foundations Part 2. What do you got for us? I want you two to take over for a little bit. Talk about maybe anything from the year you loved or have questions about big moments, little moments, questions that we missed during Part 2. You are totally unprepared. I didn't prep you for any of this.
Dude, you guys honestly kicked the year off the best way you possibly could with Bex. Like,
Yeah.
what a way to bring in the new year.
Now, did you two know we had Bex on before? Like,
I think
did we
I think
tell
I
you it was
guessed
coming?
It.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I might have
Maybe I
guessed it.
teased White Whale a
Used
lot,
the
which
white
Erica
whale.
was like, no, you can't call it the White Whale.
Yeah.
You can't. I wanted to ask her, like, do you know what that means? And we were, oh my God, what a tight window we had. We didn't even ask the song or the pasta dinner. Here's my answer for the two of them for their +1 for pasta dinner.
Oh, wait. Oh, for this time.
Yeah. I was
mm.
going to ask. So I was first going to say they take each other, but I think actually they should take Hillary and Shireen.
Mm-hmm.
But
What
no,
about
that
Jenny?
won't work because we're going to have Hillary and Shireen later this year.
Mhm.
Hopefully, knock on wood.
Well, you got half of them at least.
Let's make it happen.
Yep.
We can figure that out later. Maybe they just go with each other. They're like the stars of the show. We do a live show from the pasta dinner. Like, this is a real pasta dinner. It's gonna happen.
That sounds like it would be the best pasta dinner
So
ever.
that episode, though, that was like years in the making. Erica and I were actually talking about this off air and maybe it wasn't off air, but maybe I didn't include it. I forget. But when we started the podcast, we had a bucket list of some people.
Mhm.
Ashley Paulson was on my list,
Mhm.
and Bex was on hers.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
not only did we get her Bex last year, we had Ashley before that, and then the two of them together.
Yeah.
Which was so
But
cool.
that was 6 months of work. I asked her to come on in early June. I said, "Hey Bex, would you like to come on the podcast?" My hope was to get Bex on in June of 2023.
As a birthday surprise for me. That's right.
Yes. And it took we recorded with her in November.
November, yeah.
I feel like the timing must happen for a reason. Like it probably happened the way it happened.
Yeah, it was perfect.
No
And
complaints.
Yeah.
None.
by the time we recorded with her in November, we're like, this is going to be our first episode of the year.
Right. And plus
Yeah.
you guys have become much more well-oiled machine.
Yeah. And we
You know what I'm saying? So like
needed
your growth since you started is just like tremendous. Just in terms of, I mean,
Feels
not
good.
just like,
quality. We'll go quality. We
Right.
still have a lot to grow numbers
that's
wise.
that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
your growth
Yeah.
as a podcast.
And
in
just our
terms of-
flow and our cadence and everything,
Yeah.
and editing skills, and video, and YouTube if you're working right now.
It was also great because when that episode dropped, we went to the studio a week later.
Oh, that was perfect.
Yeah.
That was
So
so
you guys
exciting.
hand delivered a gift
Yeah.
to her
Too
and
bad
left
we're not
it
going
in
next
her
week.
office.
We did. I don't even know if she actually got it though. I wonder, did they get them? Do they people at the Peloton studios get these all the time and they're just like, all right, whatever? Because
It's in a big bin
because
somewhere.
let me just tell you this why.
Bex will find it eventually.
Well,
she'll know who it's from.
She has connected with every time I send her a message, I hear back from her. Right. And it's kind of cool. And actually, I know what I'm going to ask Eric Connects. It's kind of cool that I have back and forth with Bex, or back and forth with Ashley, or back and forth with some of our guests. It's super cool. And I never heard from her or Kelly about the gifts we sent them. So it's like, oh, well, if I heard from one, I would assume they both did.
Mhm.
But it's totally fine. And sometimes it does take a while. We sent Ashley Paulson hers, and it was like 4 or 5 weeks later, she finally opened it.
Oh.
And she went nuts and threw all the magnets and stickers on her daughter's car.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But here's something I want to talk about. My question for Erica, and then we'll go back to the two of you. Notifications on your phone. I have mine off, and ever since I've done this, it is great.
Mhm.
And I even have it off on my watch. So I don't see notifications that come in. But you do, and from time to time, you tell me like, yo, check your phone or check your email. How cool is it when you get a notification that pops down from the top of your screen and it says, email from Bex Gentry?
Oh, that just happened today. I freaked out. She was like, love you both. I was like, do you really? Oh God, I was so excited. It is a really cool, and I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just seeing something from one of your heroes, I guess. It's
Yeah.
she's
she's so much more than that,
Are
but
you going to cry?
Yeah.
nobody else is crying.
Yeah.
So no, I'm good.
No.
She's okay.
I'm a chain reaction crier.
Yes.
So no, I'm good right now. But it's just such a cool feeling.
It was a
Knowing
cool
that
night.
the feeling is mutual. At least I hope so,
Yeah.
You know what must have been
it
cool
was
about that night, or one of those nights when it was a Monday night,
Mhm.
the constant back and forth.
Mm.
Me, Bex, Ashley, me. You weren't in any of them. You were just
That's
in
'cause I'm
them.
sitting there oh my God, what's happening?
But it was almost like instant messaging. Because
if I went in there, I would
You're
have
like,
been
is this a dream?
interrupting almost. I was letting them have their moments. But
well, that was just scheduling. And you're like, yes, I can do that. Yes, I can. Ooh,
yeah,
no.
I'm in his messages, just say anything. Yes, whenever they want. It could be at 2:00 in the morning. I'm there. I would make it work. But
Yep. You saved enough for that plane ticket to St. George, Utah.
I'll make it.
All right,
Yeah.
make it happen. But yeah, that was really cool. And Bex was great. What a way to kick off the year.
Mhm.
And maybe
Mhm.
we start a tradition, of starting the new year off with a Peloton instructor.
Wink.
Wink, wink.
Oh,
Ooh.
a little.
See, they don't know this one.
They
so
don't
is
know
fun.
this one.
This is fun.
Tara's thinking
I
right now.
have
she's-
my. I have
the
my
gears are
guess.
spinning.
I know.
All right, I'm going to give you both one guess. However, I am not going to tell you if
You're not going to confirm or deny.
I'm not going to confirm or
I'm
deny.
gonna go like this. so
I
nobody
just
can
want
see
to
me. I'm gonna
know
hide in my
who your
sweatshirt.
guesses are, and you'll find out on when I drop the teaser post on Monday, January 5th.
I'm just going to go with Matt. Matt is my guess.
I was going to say Matt too, but I feel like it's somebody else.
Erica has
I'm
her
giving
face
nothing away.
covered.
I'm giving nothing away.
I knew Tara's guess already was Matt.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
yeah.
We'll see. You both say Matt.
Yeah.
Who would be your second guess?
I was going to say
Or third? Let's go top 3.
Okay. Robin,
Okay, so that's your second. You both first guesses are Matt. Robin is for
And
Tara.
then Susie.
And Susie for Susie.
Susie.
I mean, yeah, the
Oh, Susie. Oh, man. We'll see.
oh, that was that a tell right there?
did I guess it?
No.
Was that a tell?
No, I had to guess for a second.
Oh
What
my
are you
god!
talking
Okay.
about?
I was like, you did this
He's
weird
not
little
as
twist.
familiar with
She
all
has-
of them.
She has the documentary.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because she ran
She's-
Badwater.
Well,
That's right.
We
Yeah.
love her.
Yeah.
Can we
Well,
make
you're
her
right.
work?
What were you just saying?
Can we make her work?
What were you just saying? I don't know. I only have my main couple.
Well, I know that there's some that you're not thrilled with, so I won't guess those ones.
Oh.
We know all
I
about.
would say not thrilled. I just don't get
You're not into their classes. It's-
engaged in their classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
If Matt had every class on the bike,
Yeah.
it'd just be Matt. I just think Power Zone packs should be all Matt. I'll just say that there.
There's like
Could there
10
be
of
a
them
Power
now
Zone
on Power Zone.
when you pick your group, not your team? Because I'll always forever be Team Wicked Smart Zone. Shout out to Josh and Janine. But if you could pick, like, instead of 3 rides a day, 2 rides a day, if you could pick all Matt rides, that'd be me.
I need
Angie,
to have some
can
variety.
you make this happen?
I gotta have a little
Yeah,
variety
I
in there.
think, Toon Day does a good job.
Yeah.
Toon Day is great. Hannah Frankson is new and is great. And she also loves Matt Wilper. So I feel like you should just try one of her classes because at
She
least
talks
once
about
an
him.
episode, like once a class.
Have you
she
done a
drops
Christian class?
it. Once? Well, he's like a pro,
Oh
dude.
my
like,
gosh. The first one I
Yeah.
did, it's still my like
Is
PR.
that a PR?
Oh my god. I thought I was gonna die at the
PR
end of this
class?
class. I was like,
Christian Vandeveld, right?
Yep.
He's
yeah,
He's badass.
He's hardcore.
and he's official now. He's an official Power Zone
I
instructor. I
think you
heard.
would like you should try him.
Who's your third guess?
Third guess.
So wait, Matt, Robin, Susie.
Mhm.
Okay. You had Matt,
Jess
Jess,
King.
King. Okay,
Because
because there's
my
a
third?
few Jesses.
I like both Jesses actually.
Yeah.
Jess
Third
Sims
guess.
and Jess King.
I'm a big fan of Jess Sims.
Oh yeah, Jess Sims.
She was believe it or not, Maddie
She can be my
Majakimo was
Sloane.
my the first one I've ever taken a class with.
Maddie was my first class. ever, too.
And I think Jess Sims was second, and then Bex was like right in there. Like those were my top 3
Mine
for
was
a
Cody.
long, long time.
Oh yeah. Oh Cody.
Cody.
Cody was one of my
Cody.
first ones too.
Yeah.
Waiting on your third guess.
Let's go with what? No, Cody. We'll go with.
I feel
Cody.
like he would be the hardest Peloton instructor to get.
Oh yeah, he'd
He's,
be.
like,
Can
so
you imagine
fucking-
how wild that interview
He
would
would
be?
destroy us for some reason. I just
you
feel
and I
like
would,
we
you
would
and I
get
would have to
like,
get
destroyed.
him. He'd be on the ReCrap with us, unhinged.
That would be a good
The
read.
Cody
Totally.
Riggs
How
speech.
fun would that-
Well,
how
well,
fucking cool would that
anything
be?
maybe,
goes.
maybe, maybe he could be in a month. We'll see. We'll see.
All right.
I'll give one hint away. Of all the names mentioned by everybody, one of those names was it.
Susie.
It was that tell. That tell.
Who?
Susie who?
What, her last name is it Chan?
Chan.
Chan.
Yeah.
I had to think about it
Yeah,
because,
I'm like,
because,
Susie,
yeah.
Excuse me.
Chan.
Yeah.
Yeah, her Badwater documentary.
What else do you have for us?
So I have a question. That could be another poll question.
Mm.
Okay.
I know how we refer to everybody that's part of this as the Pod Fam.
Love that. And no, I'm not going with another name.
Oh, you don't like the Pod Squad?
I
The
think it's
pod
cool,
squad
but-
is fun.
That's cute.
Okay, so Pod Squad or Pod Fam? I know we've kind of already coined the Pod
Our guest,
Fam.
our pod fan, because they're family.
Yes.
Mhm.
Who would be Pod Squad?
Just supporters.
So-
I like
the,
that.
the
Like that.
entire community in general.
Yeah.
including
Yes,
the pod fam.
part of the Pod Squad.
Squad.
Oh,
The-
that's cute.
Yeah.
I do like
So
that.
the people that listen that have never had an episode, Pod Squad. People that are a part of it who've had an episode, Pod Fam.
See, no, I can't. Because the people who listen are stoolies.
Oh.
Call them stoolies?
They're stoolies.
Stoolies?
Come
I've
on.
never heard you say that before.
Stoolies on the back of your hoodie.
I know who Stoolie is.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, I know.
I've
it's
never
like-
heard you refer
I know
to them as
barstool
that.
people are stoolies too. I
I
just.
think,
Oh.
but Pod Squad for like the whole, for all the
but
listeners.
somebody
and
else uses that,
supporters.
right?
I heard it on. I was listening to like a complete
Yeah, but
random. It was like a health podcast. Like
We'll have to debate. Like maybe
Either
define
way,
the
you
definition
like
of pod
somebody
fam.
is using Stoolies and somebody's using Pod Squad.
But see,
so
there's people
we're
in
not
the pod
original
fam.
either way.
There's people who I count as pod fam who haven't been on the podcast, like Jay Parent,
Oh, yeah.
right? So I just, it's up for debate.
so, my main thing is like for hashtag purposes.
Mhm.
Ah,
if you-
she
when-
needs to know for the TikTok.
When we get big, you can be like, hey, we're going to be at the Boston Marathon this year. If you're there, use hashtag Pod Squad,
Oh.
OTR Pod Squad, or OTR.
So I feel like PodFam is a smaller hashtag,
Yes.
which I think plays into our favor to find people. Like if you're like add the hashtag Pod Squad in your comment, right?
Yeah.
It sometimes makes it easy to filter because it's a smaller one. I like it's up for maybe the ReCraps hashtag.
No, what do we do?
Maybe the
Doesn't
ReCraps
like
I can't
okay.
talk. Maybe
if you
the
don't like an idea.
maybe the
try.
well, I'm trying to figure out how to use it because PodFam is staying like I think that's original from us.
Yeah.
But maybe the Monday Night Media as a whole with all the podcasts, it could be the Pod Squad, everybody,
Oh, okay.
or maybe
Okay.
the ReCrap can have their people in your Pod Squad. Like when you have someone on the ReCrap, which we'll talk about that in a second, but you could call them Pod Squad.
I'm obsessed with
I
the name
feel
the
like-
recrap.
I
I just
feel
cannot
like-
get over this.
I want to come up with a
I
different
know. I was like,
hashtag.
in my brain, I'm like, what rhymes with crap?
Yeah, exactly.
So let's
That's
talk
exactly
about
what I
the
was
ReCrap.
thinking.
The two of you, we never really officially announced. We've teased, but we never officially announced we're going to have another podcast called the ReCrap, and it's going to drop on the Runs feed, so you don't have to go follow another podcast. There's not going to be another RSS feed to follow, or there's not going to be another Instagram account unless you really want to make one. But it's all going to be under the On the Runs umbrella, which is underneath the Monday Night Media umbrella. And you're going to do a once a month ReCrap at the end of every month, talk about the happenings of On the Runs and Monday Night Media. Maybe Ali G has someone awesome on, you talk about it. Maybe we do, and you're like, oh my God, that guess they got.
We need to ask some more questions,
Right.
or whatever. Like,
If you need to ask more questions, maybe we can make that happen and we can get them back on for the ReCrap.
Yeah.
So that's the thing the two of you are going to do. I won't be there every day. The two of you will have your own Riverside account. You're going to jump in, record when you want. My only advice, find a day and time, like the last Thursday of every month, and just have it always be, I can't go to bingo night. I have podcast this Thursday. Yeah.
But bingo. I love
so
bingo.
if I had my choice of people, if we were doing the ReCrap right now, like it was already a
For the end of the year.
thing,
Yeah.
I would definitely want Jared and definitely want Wyatt back on because I feel like, I mean, Jared's story is so remarkable. Just
What if I could get you Wyatt for your first ReCrap?
that would be incredible.
And it could be like, here's the cool part. I can jump in from time to time and Erica could. Maybe we could get Wyatt and it could be the three of you.
As long as we can get Wyatt, I need to talk. We have to talk.
I mean,
We
we
can
got
talk.
to hear more from
There was
him.
just-
he just had such an epic finish to his challenge, and we got to know the deets.
That's one thing. You guys have had a lot of guests this year that have made like milestones since you've spoken to them.
Yeah.
Some of them amazing. Some
We'll call
of
it
them
the pod
like,
bump.
Some of them.
It's a pod
heartbreaking.
bump.
Yeah. I mean, even like, I hate to
Stoolie bump.
bring up Erin, but Erin's going through a lot from
Mhm.
Will
Yeah.
Run For, and like just to catch up with these people and
Yeah.
see like, okay, you were last time we talked to you, like
That
it
is
was
a good
this,
idea.
and now like your whole world has changed, or like with Wyatt's story, when you guys interviewed him, he was on state 20, I don't know.
He's in
I
the
don't
20s.
even
I don't
remember.
think he was halfway.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
yeah, he was at 23. I think.
And now-
Really?
22.
In July?
No, he
Well,
was
shit.
behind, and I was questioning. Like, I
Yeah,
questioned.
Like how it was
wasn't-
going to happen, and then he
I
had to
questioned
do-
a lot of things. Like, I questioned
I know you did.
his
Wyatt, sir. We have some
believe.
questions for you.
I believe.
his organization. Like, he didn't have a rental car. Like, I thought that was planned perfectly,
sleeping
though.
in
And Erica,
porta potties.
You had-
Erica capitalized on that.
You had all of us sweating.
I mean,
For
but that
many
was the
moments.
general theme, though. Like, he didn't have a place to stay, and he got there the night before, and it was so cold he slept in a porta potty.
Right?
Right? The whole none of it pissed me off. The only one that I was like, come on, dude, was New York City. He had a free bib.
Yeah.
A company gave him a free bib. They had a plan. What I would be mad about if I was that, hey, you built a relationship and a partnership with a brand, and you totally forgot about it.
Right.
And then it's like 4 days before the race, I forgot. I'm
no,
like, dude.
he said he messed up because
Well, yeah, he messed up.
entered
But
the
very-
lottery and he thought that was the entry. So he was
He was
checking
very
in on
honest,
that.
and
I might have to be
apologized.
there for that
Yeah.
recrap.
we're all just gonna.
But like to
grill
go back to,
him. No.
for instance, to go back to Jared, he was second episode of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember what I was doing listening to that episode because I myself have been in like a very long running
Yeah.
slump.
Yeah.
And I started listening to Jared's episode and I was like, you know what? With all this, everything he's been through,
Yeah.
I can go out and run like my measly like 4 miles or whatever the fuck I was running that day. And I listened to that while I was running, and it's just his story is just
he continues
mind-blowing.
he continues to blow me away. I follow him obviously on all the channels, even on Strava, and I'll see like, oh, Jared just got a PR in the marathon. Jared just PR'd the 50K. Jared just PR'd the 50
every
miler.
time he runs, he gets a PR.
He absolutely is just so incredible. And his drive and love for running is so evident in everything he does. So
But what I love the most about him is ever since he's been on this podcast, what a huge supporter. Stop looking at your watch, Lindsay.
I got it. I just
now we go.
And it isn't about time. I just got a text, and I have a kid, so we always have to check.
He is a huge supporter of us, but maybe the coolest moment about Jared didn't actually happen on the podcast. It happened in Cincinnati.
Oh, yes. So I got to thank Patrick for this. When I was out in Cincinnati for the Flying Pig Marathon Series, and Patrick set up this wonderful dinner and said there was a surprise guest, and I'm like, oh, who could it be? Like, could it be Jeannie Rice? Like, and then like we're just naming all these people, and lo and behold, he set it up where Jared was there, because I was under the impression Jared wasn't going to make it on time, like he was going to show up like late that night.
They played you.
Oh, he totally did. And I fell for it. And I was like, oh my God. So I was super excited to see him, and just like, I don't know, it's getting to know each other better. Like you talk to somebody for a little bit, you get to know like their background story, but you don't get to have like the little chit chat kind of conversations. And then we saw him race morning, and of course he crushed that race too. And here
Huge
I am
supporters.
drinking tequila shots
Every
and
single
eating
race he
bacon,
does.
and Jared already finished at that point.
He's living.
So.
Did you see his little YouTube documentary?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I haven't seen that.
No, 15 minutes long. It's perfect.
Mhm.
Perfect length.
It's on my list.
Yeah, you should share it.
I just became friends with him on Facebook, which is where that came up the other day. I think he posted it like December 2nd.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah. Dude is a huge supporter, and I think we have not heard the last from him. And I think, like, as far as Pod Fam goes, like, he's in that inner fam.
Oh, absolutely.
Big time in that inner fam. And when he's here, like Boston, I got some big that's why we're testing this, or else we might be making some more investments. But he'll be back. And not only, he'll be on many other podcasts underneath the Monday Night Media umbrella, because we have plans for him to be on another one. It's happening soon. More on that on another episode. More about this.
One thing that I was going to bring up were like some of the events that you guys did, like the bracket challenge.
That was so fun. We got to do that again.
That was fun. Going to the Boston Marathon, the Olympics episode, the 777 recap. Like these weren't necessarily like person interviews; they were just events, and I think they were fun. So I was thinking about 2025, like what's big in 2025. Obviously, the Olympics are not happening, but
the World Cup of Hockey's happening. Oh no!
I mean, we could. Why not?
Well, that's going to be right around the time of March Madness, and we're going to bring that back because that was a huge hit.
That was so much fun.
The big thing about like
we still never did that.
I was just thinking that.
Well, that's a common theme with the three of you.
Listen, you know what we should do?
I don't need to be there.
Before this year's bracket, we have to do last year's.
No, you need to be there.
So
too.
I thought
children and
so
can't.
I thought you three you just need to plan it. Like you're expecting me to plan it. The three of you have to plan.
No, we can plan it. We just need you to be there.
Just plan it, and then I'll work around it. But so we have a future guest coming up. You know, I don't want to give it away, but we do have a future guest coming up where we talked about like some things that can happen, or I'm talking about like, was it the taco truck race or something? Someone did a taco race and they ate a taco every lap.
Oh, the 13 beers.
So I'm thinking,
oh my gosh, that's on you. Yeah.
So I hope you do whatever one day, but
do.
Please let me know that happened. Okay.
But I think it shouldn't be like the winners. It should be like shrimp.
No.
Lobster.
Come on.
Mashed potatoes.
You want us to throw up?
Yes.
I won't do it if it's not. Come on. I will do a beer challenge. I will do a taco challenge. Don't make me eat shit I don't like.
It can't be like eat and do one lap. Like it has to be some type of endurance thing or something that is supposed to happen really fast. Like a relay sprint.
Go to track and do a 400. You have to do like a 4x1. You got to pick your team.
Has to be teams of 4.
Okay.
But every 100 meters, you have to eat one of the things.
Yeah.
right?
We could do freaking hot dogs. Like, just don't make me eat gross, nasty shit because I won't.
Those didn't make
that's
it.
not going to be
You know,
fun.
there's people out there who love
fun.
shrimp who are now mad at you for saying it's gross and nasty.
Hey, to each their own. There's more for you.
Luckily
guys.
for
That's
Erica,
how I like to.
none of those things made it to the final four. So,
but that's how I like to put it. Like, if I don't eat it, there's more for you.
Yeah.
So the big thing about March Madness was to grow outside. Like anyone can grab microphones and record, but you need to do other things to hopefully help you grow. Or at least in my mind, that's what we have to do. And one part is engagement. That month was our most engaged month of all time leading up to it, right? October.
Everybody else
we're talking not just downloads, but like interactions on Instagram, the voting, the comments, all that. It was huge. And we're bringing March Madness back. We're not going to announce yet the category. It's obviously not the same, but we are hoping to bring a partner in, and we are hoping to bring more partners in lately. Why don't we talk about the media kit I made and shared with you? A lot of the things I do and create, I bounce off the three of them, and sometimes I love their responses, and sometimes I'm like, "Damn it!" And
I know
really
one of the
like
things
that.
he was not thrilled.
What was that? You gotta tell
A
me.
particular guest.
The idea of a future guest.
Oh no, that was actually. We can talk about. Let's not drop the name.
Yeah.
I thought there was a super engaging conversation, and I want more of that.
Yeah.
Because I listen, I would love if you said yes all the time or great thinking. Eric, you're super smart and amazing and knowledgeable. But I need good feedback. And now I tried to explain to Erica where I was going with this. And my explanation was, Dale Jr. had this guest on his podcast once who has this story, and everyone doesn't believe him and no one likes him, but he brought him on to tell his side of the story. And I'm like, it was such an amazing episode and even we knew the guy was bullshitting, but it's for you to listen to and believe what you want to hear.
I think that this particular person that we're
It might have been
referring to, I think people are already on one side of the fence or the other, no matter what.
Right. So I was thinking more of like
this person already spun it their way,
right,
and that person already has their supporters.
But I was thinking more like the 5 years later reaction. What did they learn from it, or what came about it? What happened? What was the end result, or how did they do better or not? And it's for you to believe if they're just bullshitting you and saying, I didn't mean to hurt him when I hit him. No, bullshit. You did mean to hurt him, but we all whatever. The person we're talking about didn't hit anybody.
I get the whole idea behind it.
And so it kind of makes us be, I thought in my mind, and we'll circle back to it on an anniversary or something, or if the opportunity happens, but it was a great engaging conversation between the four of us. Actually, the three of us. Tara was sleeping. But
she chimed in later though.
Tara responded, and she responded in the morning.
Oh gosh, I have so many messages to catch up on.
She goes, my answer's no. And so it was 3 no's to me wondering about it. And not that I was a yes, but I was like, this be an interesting and
I do like that you do think of all of the angles. It's not just this will be cool, but you have your vision of how you think it'll play out. So I get it.
You're a visionary.
Just because we asked the devil to come on the podcast doesn't mean we like the devil.
No, that's true.
Right?
Yeah. Right?
So I hope to one day we can be that audio medium that people will come to for something like that and be like, hey, I really want to come on your podcast and talk about this.
I need to tell my story.
Right.
I
And
gotta explain myself.
It's I'll use an example. We have a listener since we'll call it day 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And when we had a particular guest on early in the podcast, she's around the time Doozer was on. I don't remember if it was just before, it was just after. But we had this guest on, polarizing figure that we didn't know about. We didn't know they were that polarizing or that controversial. Mm-hmm. And we even recorded with them. You're trying to guess. I'll tell you off air.
I know, but you already told me.
We even recorded with them and listen, we might have read it in Google and everything, but we were too. You're like, I don't like confrontation. I'm like, it's not confrontation, but we didn't want to ask. We didn't want to ask the tough questions.
I'm not going to ask the tough questions.
We didn't want to ask. We didn't want to ask the tough questions. We want to hear the stories.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they did come back on for a part 2 later, and we asked some of the tough questions.
You got to address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did it great. And not only that, did they backed it up. But the point is, this guest who's a huge supporter, or not guest, this listener who's a huge supporter of us since like day 2. I just said, hey, listen, everyone has a story to tell, and it's for us, the listener, to decide what we want to believe.
Yeah.
You couldn't think they're totally bullshitting you and lying, and it's for you to make the decision. Just because they said this happened doesn't necessarily mean it happened.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's my take, and that's my take on the controversial guest that I think maybe we'll have on one day. But Erica and I ran the other day. Thank you, Amber, for inviting us out to the Jingle Bell Run. I'm not as good as a burper as the three of you.
No,
but
I'm not good burper.
She invited us out. We went on the run, and we just took it as like a podcast meeting. And I said, what did I say? I said, if we ever do, it has to be around that anniversary, and that conversation is not negotiable. It has to happen. Has to happen.
We don't want to otherwise.
Yeah.
This is the only thing we want to talk about.
No,
I get it.
And we have friends of the pod fam who are close friends with him. So I mean, it could happen. It's just, do we want to go there? And right now, I think the answer is no. And it's a 3-1 no.
Yeah, it's just tough for me. I really am not good at confrontation. I will shy away from it just to protect myself, because I just get so awkward around stuff like that.
That person is that controversial that you guys would potentially lose followers.
And that is definitely something
I don't
we
think
don't
we're
want.
that. No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
I feel like I don't know. Some people are just like, oh my God. Like
Cancel culture
You know
is
what?
the worst.
I feel bad for the listeners right now who have no clue, and we just so
I know.
listen. No, this is what we're gonna say this. We're gonna say this one word: e-bikes. All right.
Gosh.
Well, there you go.
They're out there. I don't want them to be in the total dark, but I thought it'd be cool to have him on one day around the anniversary to talk about the e-bike situation.
You might as well have just said.
Yeah.
I wasn't even using this person's gender. I was being very.
I would love to be at that level one day, to be that the one that people go to for that.
I think that you need to have all types of guests on. I do, because not everybody isn't going to like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think, again, I know you said 5 years down the road. I just think it's too soon. So
we'll revisit.
I do disagree though on, this is a great conversation, by the way. This is awesome. Oh my God, this is like just back to the other night when we were all talking about this and Pterodactyl was sleeping. I don't think we would lose listeners on that. I don't think someone would say, you had this like
I know it, like, speaking of him in particular, he lost thousands and thousands of followers.
About 5,000.
Yeah. But imagine being the person that like got tripped in the race, and like they were, say, what if it was Erica? And
here's how you differentiate. Just because we have this person on, or a person who's controversial one day on, doesn't mean we are in favor or supporter or like, hey, what you did is cool, or, as long. You don't judge us on for having the guest on.
It's like when they
judge the guest for how you hear his story.
I would never unfollow you guys, but there are people out there that will.
People can listen to the episode and then go unfollow that guy.
Yeah. Wait till the end. How many followers do you have?
Well,
It's like when shows or sometimes at podcasts will have a disclaimer where it's like the views of this guest do not necessarily reflect the views of
I am not a doctor,
Monday Night Media or whatever.
Well, let me tell you the last stance on this. Where I stand on that?
He's shutting it down.
Well, I want to move on.
Yes.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about losing a follower because I had someone on that they don't like. Yeah. Because you know what? That's already happened.
Yeah.
It's actually already happened.
It's going to happen.
It's already happened. And I'm not, right? And I'm not going to be like, I don't want to have that person on
People
because.
are like, we don't want to listen to these two fallow bitches.
Right.
That's actually the reason why we don't want our own Instagram, because we're going to have like 4 followers and we're going to be like, oh, shoot, we just lost all 4.
Well,
go a new route.
Well, you know how you grow something like that, especially organically, is you just stick with it, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's something we've done. Throughout the 2.5, 3 years, we've stuck with it every day, every week, every Tuesday. So what else do you have for us?
So Tara, what was one of your highlights like in terms of episodes, guests?
We had a lot of the same. I'm going to say it was a lot of like the beginning of the year. I'm not saying that. End of the year
what you mostly heard was part 1 and 2 of the recap. And so that's kind of like the most freshest thing in our memory, even though we know that Tara does not love recap episodes.
Yeah.
And she's entitled to that.
The only episode I have not listened
But
to
you
this
know
year
what?
was last Tuesday's.
You know what? I'm just going to unfollow Tara now.
Well,
Tara has been canceled.
Let me just tell you guys, you two foul mouth bitches, you have a listener for life in me. So
yeah,
do
And
with
I
that
would
with what
also
you will.
hope Eric as well, since
He's producing it.
yeah.
he's forced to.
Let's go.
So I one more thing I want to say about the recap. Well, I guess your recap. It was, I think the best thing about your podcast is how like large my Instagram personally grows because of your guests. Like I start following them. No, well, yeah, they do follow me back.
That's
but
so
like,
cool.
But like I will listen to guests and I'll be like, oh my gosh, this person, like I connect or something. And oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on her name. She had cancer. I don't know. It wasn't this year.
Sherry Todd.
Yes.
Oh, she's great.
I heard something with her episode like resonated with me, and I sent her a message, a DM, and we had the best conversation. Like literally brought me to tears. But the people that I have met through your podcast, and this year, like with however many episodes you've had, I've probably followed over half of them, and they've followed me back. And my Instagram social media family has grown, and it's just people that you have brought into everybody else's lives, which is awesome.
Isn't it amazing?
Example,
a good community.
Candace, Jared, and Letty at the Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
I
Right?
love seeing those pictures, and it doesn't even involve me.
And
But
when
it's like
you get pictures from PodFam meeting at like in Tokyo,
Yeah.
or meeting wherever.
Connections just, it warms my heart
Yeah.
knowing that it's going on behind the scenes.
Right.
And like if we had a hand in that, I'm so thankful for it.
Well,
Yes.
you 100% fan in
The
it.
pod
I have
fam
half a hand in
is
it.
growing. The pod fam
Oh, yeah.
and the pod squad.
And the pod squad.
She really wants to
gonna
make this
happen.
Pod Squad happen.
Squad.
We'll make it happen.
What about
Round
Pod
up.
Squat? You
The
take
pod
take a
Pod
squat.
squat.
The Pod Squat.
Pod squad by
Gonna go
Squat.
pop a squat.
by yours truly, Quad.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Love
God,
it.
there's so many names. Yeah, so the recap. Yeah. Another one of my favorite guests was Catherine Switzer, which was episode 100. And now you guys worked really hard on that. And you weren't even sure you were going to be able to get her.
No, we were told no.
Yeah.
We were
and
told
then
no.
you came through, which was awesome because both Lindsay and I ran the Boston Marathon this year. So that was pretty cool to listen to. The whole Boston week, being a participant in the marathon
So it's
was so
exciting.
hype.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the only time we've ever been told no, because whenever anyone else tells us no, they just never respond. But they first told us no, and then they said yes. And we'll leave those details are in other episodes, right? But I think only 2 people knew outside of us, and it was you, Tara. You knew, right?
Yeah. I do.
Okay, and the other one was Allie G, because Allie G jumped in the Riverside studio when we were still talking
Right.
to Catherine Switzer. Where I want to go here is with you, Lindsay, because I think you chose not to know, and you wanted to be surprised,
Yeah.
right? So what was your reaction that Monday on April Fool's Day, April 1st, when I posted tomorrow on the pod?
Okay. Well, I knew it wasn't an April Fool's joke because I did know you guys were getting someone huge. I almost shit myself. I guess
Which is not odd for
doesn't say
her.
much. Which is like nothing new.
That's why we keep her around. So
No, I was shocked. It was just, I mean, what a fucking get.
What a moment. Yeah.
Just
Not even.
she's such a legend.
Yes.
And you know, for any athlete, I think she is someone to look up to, but especially for female runners.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's not
She
even in the
paved
top
the way,
5 for
you know?
downloads, but she's my number 1 favorite episode of all time.
Yeah.
And I did barely any talking, but it was the whole thing about the whole thinking who is going to be episode 100 and thinking about the timing. Okay, it's near Boston weeks. Who could we get? And then the whole going out there and trying to get her and going to all these websites and trying to figure out, well, she's been on this podcast and that one. How did they get her? All the work I did. And I went to 261, emailed them. They sent it to her PR team. They said no. I said, thank you so much for responding. I realized I made a typo in the email where it was like one of those little text boxes. So It wasn't even an email. I said, it didn't send my whole message. Here's what the rest of it was. Yeah. And then they said, well, email us in a month and we'll see. I was like, yes. It's like, so you're telling me there's a chance. What? And do you remember Erica, like the struggles we had? Like she had trying to connect with her.
God, as much as we love Riverside, it gives us a hell of a time sometimes. And like, it all depends on if your freaking browser is updated and like,
or if you're computer savvy.
Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle.
So we're hanging out for 20 minutes waiting for her to call in.
But then she called you, like on your
called
personal
my phone.
Yeah.
So I have her phone number. Yeah, it's
anyways,
cool.
yeah.
It's kind of cool. And I was like, well, we could just do it like this, but let's try. Long story short, she downloaded the Riverside app and it worked perfect on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man, what a cool, and no longer will I be like, the first 100 episodes, I was like, all right, Doozer's got to be 50 and Space Cadet was 75. And we had I tried to match them with big numbers. No longer am I doing that because that's stressful. Once we got 100, cool. If we get Specs Gentry, you're episode 137.
Right.
Still important. Yeah. All the important
absolutely.
numbers.
Yep.
I do love that when you guys get these big guests on, and I can, especially when I know you're losing your mind because you're so excited. No, I feel like you guys are still maintain your composure and I don't know how I do it. Inside, I am absolutely freaking out. Like when we had Bex, I was probably like, bah, 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 like stumbling over my words and literally probably staring at her with like hard eyes. Like, I don't know.
You two haven't heard the episode yet because it's Monday night. Bex and Ashley drop
tomorrow.
I think
I did better on that one. I don't know.
Well, as far as tomorrow's goes, I did very little talking because I had weird internet problems. I think it was on my end. Actually, I think it was because for the first time ever, we let someone in the studio as an audience member to watch. And I actually think, not their fault, I actually think it caused a hiccup on my end.
Oh, really? I was like, I didn't do anything.
Well, you were writing in the group chat, and when you did that, like my whole entire computer froze.
Oh
no!
My computer was great.
I'm sorry.
What you don't know is what the listeners do know, though. In the outro, listen, and we talk about the computer freezing and how I fixed it. What did I do, Erica? Yeah. I worked my magic.
He worked his magic for real. But yeah, so many of those big guests, I do stumble over my words. I do get nervous. I talk with my hands a lot. Like
I do too. But the Bex and Ashley one, it was like just the three. It was a conversation between the three of you. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was cool.
And
it was really cool.
I was a little more comfortable, but still like, like deer in headlights staring at him.
Erica and I are totally different on the pod, right? I'm always looking at notes, preparing for the next thing. She actually, and she'll compliment me on things, but I'll tell her this, like, listen, maybe you don't read the notes, because she goes, I don't read the notes.
I don't read the notes.
She listens to them and she knows how to respond like part of that conversation. The best example I can think of off the top of my head, only because Lindsay's here, is when you talked about, what do you have? Blood clots, right? I was like, whoa, wait.
We didn't have this in the notes.
Yeah. But Erica will hear the guest say something and be like, oh my God, like, I can't believe you went through that and you did this and that. And I'll be like, what are you talking about, Erica?
He just zones out. But
what did I miss?
So I will pay attention to that, but then I will blank and be like, oh God, what do I ask this person next? So that's where he comes in, where he has a question lined up. So I am on the fly playing with the guest.
Or I bring us back like the airplane with Bex and Ash. And I'm like, well, where do we go next? Are we Columbia? What? Let's go to the airplane.
Well, that's what's good about having the show notes, right? Because
that I don't look at.
You have the show notes, but then you still leave enough leeway for just like natural conversation to happen. You know,
keep us on track. So, God, oh, what a year! What a cool year! Boston weeks, I love. Like that's.
I think
that's
all
a staple.
The videos that you guys took at the marathon. Those were awesome.
Gosh. Do you know how many times I watched that?
I know.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, like you made reels and
you
stuff.
guys
and they
being
had, like,
there,
thousands. That was... Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It was
great.
I had a lot of fun learning on Instagram and Canva. I've learned so much this year.
And I'm just bad at social media, so.
You just got to find what you need to obsess over. We do. I have no homework assignments, but we'll just see if she can post more at races or race recaps or something.
We got to come up with some races that we need to do, like us.
Mm-hmm. That would be
like more of us.
And I need to do more. I know that.
Well,
so
we get it. You have 3 kids. So
yeah.
it makes it a little more.
Well, we're really shooting for Boulder.
Yeah.
And we'll know in a matter of a couple of weeks. We're really shooting for Boulder. In fact,
So let's think about backup as well.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't think I can go.
She can't go.
But
you ruined it.
Patrick will be there.
Patrick's going.
Oh, he
Patrick's
is?
going. Where are
Mhm.
you going to be?
So that's my birthday. And
Perfect. Boulder.
I know.
What better way
Is
to
it a big
celebrate?
year?
No, 40. How old am I? 42.
I do the same thing now.
Yeah, I don't even know. But I'm going to a concert. I mean, I could sell my ticket.
What about Goffstown Gallup?
Who's the concert?
That's my birthday.
Kane Brown and
Ish.
Mitchell Tenpenny.
Never heard of them.
It's country.
You said you would be there, Goffstown Gallup, next year.
I am.
Oh, the
Goffstown
Gallup.
Gallup,
Yeah.
Goffstown Gallup.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I mean, I have that free race entry to.
Oh,
the
you're
Missoula
going to
Marathon.
Grandma's. No,
No,
go to
Missoula.
Grandma's.
I
Missoula.
don't
Wait,
have
is it Missoula? I thought it was
Missoula.
Grandma's.
No, Missoula.
Oh, that's still really cool. So, okay, you do that.
Nah, I don't know if I can swing that this year, money
No, but
wise.
where I
Can
was
you
going
defer?
with that was like
We'll talk
out
later.
in the
That'd be
wild.
great.
I like the pod out in the wild.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh, we've had some great times out in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really
We
have.
are
more of that.
unhinged
That could be the
everywhere.
goal. Is
Yeah.
just more of that. More of the, a lot of people we know here do the Millennium Races. More of the Millennium Races, just because of the crowd and the people. And
Mhm.
it was when I did the marathon, so many people cheering for me. I was like, no way! Are you is there another Eric around here? What?
See what you need to
Are
do.
you saying
every
Eric
race.
Cup, but you just can't get on
Oh
the
my
cup?
gosh. Well, Eric, it was like when you started doing some of the Starbucks runs. And you
Yeah.
first showed up and I
Oh,
was
I
like,
love the Starbucks
I was like,
runs.
this is Eric. He has a podcast. Everyone's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
on the
some of them
runs.
knew.
Cool.
They just
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know.
On the runs.
Yeah.
Cool.
You
cool.
just got to put your name on your shirt.
The
That goes
Starbucks
for everything.
Starbucks crew is doing a Christmas Eve run at 7 a.m.
Hmm.
I might be able to make that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we're going to Prest after for
If
Because
I'm not-
7 a.m. is not
if
as
I'm
early
not
as 5 a.m.
skiing-
and
Right.
4:30
7 a.m.
a.m.
is lovely.
7 a.m. is a
Yes.
good time.
Great time, right?
Yeah.
Christmas
great time.
Eve, too.
Yeah.
Great time.
I'll send you guys the invite. It's on Facebook.
All right.
So one of the things that I actually had on my notes here
Mhm.
is I love hearing your race recaps. I love the one with Michaela and you.
Mhm.
Like hearing about Western States from an insider's perspective.
I loved that one just because that is such an unattainable race for most people.
Yeah.
And she actually had a chance to do it. So it was really
yeah,
cool.
so
to
that
hear
was really
from
cool. And
her.
plus I've met her, like having met her before too. So
Right.
Yeah. Now you bring up a topic. I almost thought about putting up a poll, and the whole thing with polls is timing. But I kind of want to do like a survey, a bunch of questions to survey to get a general feel of the pod. So one thing, I'll just do a mini one here with the two of you.
Yeah.
Those race recaps.
Yeah.
Do you like them to be their own episode or an extended intro or outro?
I think it would be an extended.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think there's only so much you can really talk
There's a
about.
couple exceptions. I think your first 100
Yeah.
is an
Oh
exception.
yeah, that's
Oh, yeah,
totally
yeah.
an exception.
Now
Also-
with that's with Erica though.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's like a big one. Like if Erica got into Badwater, she's getting her own episode.
Yep.
right.
Because
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like, but if Erica's running the Jingle Bell half marathon, like,
But look,
No.
no,
You got
Yeah,
3
I mean,
minutes.
obviously,
No,
like,
agreed,
he's bigger.
agreed.
Yeah.
100% agreed.
Yeah.
But like the Reach the Beach recap, you have the whole team on to talk about the entire.
Oh,
thing.
yeah, no,
that's
cool,
that's a
because
full episode.
Yeah.
And maybe a bonus episode. Do you think our tros are too long, too short? Do you like the extended outro 2 days later? What do you prefer?
I think sometimes the best, not saying anything about the guests, but sometimes the best part are the tros and the
Yeah. Same.
intros and outros. I just love listening to
I
you
love
guys
your
talk.
banter.
We have
I
fun
really
with
do.
it. We really do.
Yeah, you guys, like, it's fun, and it's engaging, and it's just like, I'm like, okay, what are they gonna talk about now? And
Yeah.
I mean,
The
I'm a little,
antics.
like, sometimes you guys bring me up, so I'm like, what are they
Well,
gonna say
that's
about me
me.
now?
That's me.
Yeah.
Did
If we talk about anybody, it's the two of you.
Did we mention them with Bex and Ashley?
Probably.
I did get to meet Ashley.
I know.
You
I'm
did.
so sad. I didn't.
I fangirled so hard.
Well,
I was like, wait a minute.
Let me tell you that. So we re-recorded with Ben just before that, and you jumped on for that one, and I kind of felt like for a second, I'm like, so all those emails back and forth when it's bumping in Erica's notification, that was like planning the time. Then I go, hey Erica, they want to do whatever day that was, and Ben was the next day. I'm going to see if Ben can do the same day, so we can just go back to back. And then I said to you, hey, Ben's now Wednesday at 10:30, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. Am I going to have to tell Terry you're not welcome to stay for Bex and Ashley?
I honestly didn't want to be there because I would have just been like, my God. I would have been like, I would have not known what to say.
But you did stick around, and yes. I hope you didn't feel rushed.
No.
But we were rushing.
Yeah.
But because I was like rushing to end with Ben, because I knew we had a hard out with Bex and Ashley, and Bex ended up being 7 minutes late. And so the hard out even became tighter because Bex was doing her New York Roadrunners podcast just before it. And she goes, I told the guy it had to be done by this time. And he goes, yeah.
I feel like Ben could have gone at least 15.
We could have talked a whole nother hour with Ben.
He was great.
We could have talked a whole nother hour. So Ben was great though. Like our first non-runner. I mean, everyone listening now has already heard it, but like that was cool. And they have some fun things coming up for a great world race.
One more thing. Promise. Maybe one thing that Lindsay and I can do maybe over the summer, if her and I run some races together, you know how like you see the people in Times Square and they just go up to random people and ask them random questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we could do stuff like that.
Oh, I love that.
About running or something, or like, I mean, we doesn't have to be running, but we could do something like did you shit your pants today?
I was going to say, that would be the one I asked.
Yeah. When we did the gallop this year, I went around saying, did you poop this morning?
Did you poop this morning?
I never did it.
Well, here's maybe this could help solve. Maybe this could help fulfill one of the things that I feel like we struggle on, and that is particularly because when I always ask Erica to do stories at races, she doesn't do them, right?
Correct.
And then she'll post one picture, and Lena will go, "Hey, she posted a picture. Stop giving her a hard time."
Lena's always on my side. I love you, Lena.
Right. I'm not against, like, I tried to do this with Hannah, and she posted a couple things. But
see, it's not easy, you guys.
We did at the Goffstown Gallop. This is me before my race.
Yep.
This is
That was
fun. But what I'm looking for is, I don't mind doing an Instagram takeover, especially either one of the three of you, or the two of you, because Erica wouldn't be taking over.
Been trying for a year,
but years, 139 episodes. But I don't mind like giving the story over to somebody else and saying, "Hey, are you running in a race? Do you follow along? Someone's doing Chicago or New York or something, or just Flying Pig, whatever." Like, I would love to give it to Wyatt for a day. Like, I could give it to a PodFam member, right? Yeah. And they could post a story. Yeah. I got to be picky about which PodFam people I do, but Wyatt would be great, or would he not? Because he's like really doesn't do. He always says he struggles in that area. So
I think that would be fun because, like, in that setting, you would just honestly go live on the story. So it wouldn't be like taking a bunch of videos and then having to compile it later into a cool thing.
Right. Yeah.
It would be like, "Hey guys, come with me while I go run the Boston Marathon."
Yes. Yeah, I want more of that. Breakfast. Content is king here.
Yeah.
That we've grown, like, say we've grown, just use a random scale, 100 people, right? I truly believe 66% of those people are from social media growth and content, right? Yeah. So two thirds. Yeah. Math.
Good job.
Yeah.
The mathletes would be proud.
The mathletes were some great, super cool episodes. We had Jen and Sammy, and there's more. And I finally went on a mathletes run.
Yeah, you did.
They crushed it at the Ugly Sweater.
Holy cow!
Jen came in first place.
Didn't they all win?
They all placed in their age groups.
I was like, can I? No, I can't.
I will say this though. I went on. Jen invited me to a run. It was me, Jen, and Jenna, and they ran my pace. They kicked my butt up the hill, but they waited. And so, Erica and I have said before, like, they're so fast, and they're like, "Come anyways." So I went, and
I would have, but I was away.
Gives me anxiety.
I
can't.
You know what? I'm always one of those people. If you want to run with me, I am running your pace no matter what.
I know.
I have no need to go fast.
There are some people though that won't. And they're like, "Oh yeah,
the mathletes seem nice where they're not gonna."
People.
Yeah, so
I think that's awesome. I do the same thing. I can run an 8-minute mile, but I can run a 15-minute mile. So whatever you want to do.
I love walking, you guys. I love walking.
Like right here.
Yep.
I can't do a 7-minute mile.
I'm all for it.
That's pretty much all I can do right now.
So we got about 10 minutes left. Not guests that you want, but something this coming year. What is something all three of you are looking forward to in 2025? Podcast related, though. What do you want more of, or what's something like you can't wait for? Like if it's March Madness or Boston or just.
I definitely March Madness. I'm pumped about.
That is cool.
And
especially
we
if it works
do
out
need to
with the
do.
partner.
Yes, we do. We will do
the Final Four. We need to do
the food
relay
stuff. We'll make it happen.
Type thing.
One thing I am looking forward to, we have to get more Stoolie stickers because I love Stoolie in the wild.
Yeah.
I think that is so cool that people are excited to actually take Stooley on adventures. Like
he was in like the Sahara Desert the other week.
Tunisia.
He
went to Tunisia.
Is that the same place as the Sahara Desert?
Yeah. Like, oh my God. Jason and Megan went on an awesome adventure and brought Stooley along. And I just think it's cool. I mean, Stooley is all over Ohio because of Patrick. Like, he's everywhere.
Cool.
Where did you take him? You took him
to Fenway.
Fenway?
I meant to take him.
Wait, is he sticking in Fenway somewhere?
No, so okay, I did not stick him to the bleachers because I was like,
he's he gonna stay?
I just couldn't do that.
Come on,
but I
not at Fenway.
No, I couldn't do it at Fenway.
I love that some people send me like he's still in the Londonderry Rail Trail. That's actually not Stooley. That's an OG sticker, but I love seeing that.
He's in New York. Remember when we were in New York?
What a cool community.
I need to get more stickers myself because I've been going.
We need to reorder because
I'll see like all the stickers places.
Like,
I'm like, I wish I had Stooley.
Like I have the stuff for Jamie, and I've yet to mail it because I'm out of Stooley stickers. I need more.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love, and I know we've talked about this, and I don't know how much of a pain in the butt it is, but some type of merch.
Oh, yes. I love the merch.
The merch.
We may need a new person to do our merch.
Or even if we did like a bulk order. Like people love the sweatshirts and they'll order them, but people to pay up front or something.
I agree. I would love to. One day we're going to do it.
Singlet, you
guys.
I need a tank top. Could you imagine running like the Boston Marathon in the friggin' On the Run singlet?
Yes.
How cool would that be?
On the back.
I think it would be awesome.
Yes.
I think it would be awesome. And I would love to do it, and we will do it one day. But it's a lot of work. Like I'm still trying to build a website. But
we could probably do it through like custom ink
big enough
or something. And then he has nothing to do with it.
I don't know if we're big enough yet for a merch store.
So that's the thing. Like I don't know what goes into it. Could you have like a store? Like maybe, I don't know how much that would cost. And if someone, I want to buy a beanie, like I want a hat, I want a t-shirt,
and it's like made on the go.
Let's talk to Cultra. Cultra has all kinds of cool stuff.
Do they have a store?
I don't know if they have a store, but let's just see what they're up to.
You know what I just realized the other day though? Cultra is spelled C and then ultra.
Yeah,
guys. Wait, how did you think it
was
spelled?
Of ultra people?
I never really looked at it. I never really looked at it.
How else would you spell?
But he made a post the other day, and the C was like a different color than the rest of the word, and I was like, oh.
Wait, edit that out.
No. Nothing's getting edited out. This one's unhinged.
Fantastic.
I'm personally excited for all the other podcasts. Like I can't wait to hear Mo's.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yes.
So we still have work to do. I would say currently one of them is really rolling. Another one is just starting. And then the third one needs to that's the next one. Basically, I've been able to work one at a time and get them going. So you'll have to wait a little while longer for Mo. But I feel like Mo's is when he gets it, he's going to take that over his own way.
Yeah.
And it'd probably be a lot of solo episodes and then like 2/3 solo, 1/3, maybe the opposite. But it's going to be cool. That the one other thing we've learned is like, okay, as I've told everyone, anyone, the words from Michael Smerconish from SiriusXM POTUS Radio, anyone can start a podcast. But what are you going to talk about on episode 17? Mm-hmm. How I expand on that is anyone can start a podcast. Anyone can start something. Buy a mic, buy a computer, but there's a lot of other behind the scenes work that needs attention, and
how do you keep it going?
Well, that's the whole episode 17 part, but the behind the scenes things takes a long time. It's like, you can hit record and start talking, but you need to get your artwork done. You need to get your theme, your identity.
There's so many elements.
Right. And so it's crazy that we talked about it in Labor Day. It's been 3 months. Like, it takes longer than 3 months to really get going and to get committed and find your groove. And so that is what all three of them, the biggest struggle they've had right now is finding their groove and like, okay, our thing is Monday nights, and we found our groove, and we got into rhythm and a ritual. They're trying to figure their thing out now, and so one of them did record an episode the other day, and accidentally muted their mic for the entire thing.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It was funny because they laughed. They're like, I actually knew I did that, and I forgot to hit unmute because the dog was barking.
Oh man,
that's rough.
It worked great until they hit the mute key.
Ooh, yeah.
Like,
I was like, what happened?
Pause your watch.
Yeah. The worst.
Yeah.
I think the podcast thing is
for sure.
even
That's
worse than
a lot
that.
more work. Yeah.
It's all heartbreaking.
We got more things. We're running out of time because I'm running out of time. I got to make it to the store before it closes. But
to BJ's.
Yeah. I spent $100 there. I've spent thousands of dollars there, and I've not gotten
a BJ.
I've never gotten a BJ.
Yeah.
Oh, it's false advertising if I've ever heard it.
Staples.
Smell Christmas trees at Christmas tree store. Yep.
What do they sell at BJ's?
Their dicks.
My parents listen to this podcast.
Edit that out.
I'll just hit this button.
TDLR, clip that.
This one.
What's that one?
I got it wrong too.
I think it's too long. Didn't read.
I had to correct you on that.
It was the bleeping.
Okay.
Censored button.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah. So next week when we have on the podcast. Oh, what a fun year. What a fun year.
What a year.
What a year.
It's been quite a year.
Anything else the two you got for us, like from back in your foundation questions or talking about? What was that whole episode supposed to be? They were supposed to interview us, right?
Yeah, I was just getting to know us.
Guys, by the way,
better.
we have no notes. Like zero.
If you couldn't tell.
The only notes we had were the Christmas trivia.
Eric, I can't remember half the shit I did yesterday. You're asking me to remember questions from what?
Hey, do you remember
July?
June.
It
was June.
Well, it was right before my birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So let's do this again in June, right before your birthday. I'm just delaying this, waiting for my Christmas gift.
I'm just wondering what you're going to get.
I got
her
you a big
this
hug.
year.
Yeah.
What sort of surprise are you going to present me with this?
I'm just going to buy him a size 9.5 shoe.
It's going to be another poster for episodes 101 through 200.
This is well, we won't be at 200 by that point, but it's a huge debate. Like, okay, what did I get her last year? The poster.
Mm-hmm.
The year before
I told
was
you I'm terrible.
The year
at giving
before
gifts.
was
it's not that I don't love you. It's just that I can't.
The year before was the everyone sending you the message and made a video.
Oh, that was fun.
I got a megaphone. It's still in the box.
I made you a custom nice water bottle that with the
you
thing
did. That
on
was
it.
a great. And you know what's the best about that gift?
Yeah. Now he's like, oh, okay, I like that. Yeah.
Did you use the megaphone at Boston?
Yeah.
Oh no, I gave it to him after because it was just this past year.
Because she's like, oh, stop stealing my megaphone. So she got me a megaphone. Gotcha. You know what? The water bottle was an awesome gift because it's a material item that I use every day. Yeah. Still today. Where's yours?
It's in the cabinet.
Do you use it?
Sometimes.
I use mine every day. I'm like, check it out.
So good. You use your gift
every day. Great gift. Great gift. Great gift. Great gift. I don't know. Like the one change I might do is not put so much effort into some of those things. Like trying to find a guest for a big number episode. Yeah. Right.
Let it happen organically.
So maybe I'll just ask like Bex and Ash to send Erica a happy birthday message. I'm sure she'd be pretty ecstatic about that.
That would be.
Or maybe I asked Pterodactyl Lindsay to do it.
You know what? Instead of buying material things, we should just have experiences together. We should go for runs together. We should just hang out and have fun.
Not spend money.
It's all about the experience.
I thought the poster was awesome. What did I do? So
the poster is awesome.
Let's be honest. Both things I did for me too, because one, I thought the content piece of the birthday messages was going to be a huge hit.
It was. Made me cry, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
And the poster was
pretty freaking awesome.
Kind of for me too.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have one too, right?
Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah. Oh, I should get one too.
Yeah, she jumped on that opportunity.
I forgot about that.
It was a deal.
Mine's a tiny little small one though.
Yeah. Well, next time the deal happens, it's like buy a poster for $9. I'll let you know. I get the emails and it's like 1 for $9. And I was like, well, if Lindsay really wanted one too, I'd just make Erica sign in under her email. But yeah. So
I forgot about that.
It wasn't that size though.
No,
it was
no.
What was it?
11 by 14 or
it's
something.
Like maybe 2 of these.
18 by something.
Yeah. 2 pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Great episode, guys. I don't know how to end this.
Merry Christmas
special. That's right. It's Christmas tomorrow.
Yes. Happy Hanukkah.
Hey, maybe we will all have ran together on Christmas Eve.
Oh my gosh.
So when this stops, we can all be together.
This morning.
Can we let's make a pact. 7:00 Christmas Eve.
It will go live on the Instagram.
On the IG.
Would that make you happy?
Live on the gram.
Is that a good Christmas gift, getting me out of bed on Christmas
I'll send
Eve
you
morning?
the invite right now.
Do
Are
it.
you
Do it.
I don't think I have to work that day.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm sure I can be there. I would like to be skiing though. I'm excited.
Go skiing after.
We'll see. We'll see how everything works out. 7 a.m. It's very likely I can make that run. How many miles? 5?
3 or 5.
Yeah.
2 different routes. Same usual.
Will Dave be there?
I don't know. Let me look at.
I want Dave for Boston Weeks. Anyone listening? I love the story about how he got his Boston bid. He worked so hard.
So happy for him.
To BQ, but then the BQ cutoffs, right? He didn't make that. And Millennium gave him one of their Millennium
Remember
bibs.
when I tried to, I was like, Dave, go on the podcast. He's like, I don't know I can't talk about myself. I'm so
When did you ask him?
Dave will be there.
Goffstown, Gallup.
This past year?
Yeah, when we were doing the warm up and I brought it up and he said something about how he
I'd love to have Dave.
Yeah.
We could talk about his photography too.
Confirmed.
Because he takes
awesome.
The best
He's going to take our photos.
running photos.
He's going to take ours.
Are we doing like pro photos?
Well, yeah, probably next summer. But when we do photos,
I better get some abs.
When we do photos,
I'm not even putting that on myself. I don't think that's happening.
There's a t-shirt for that.
I'm even thinking get everyone on Monday Night Media photos.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Spray on some abs.
Yeah. I don't need to spray them on.
Spray on cheese.
Hey.
I can just go like this after and just eat it. What?
Have you been doing Crush Your Core? You've been silent.
Yeah, I have not. But I have been sticking to the routine that my new coach has given me. So KJ, I'm doing you proud. I've actually been logging it too on my Garmin. So I'm doing some
weightlifting,
some strength. Yeah.
Today, I'm day 1 of week 3. Today it was that 10-minute one again.
Yes.
Brutal.
Yeah. I made it one day into because the next day I had
she wants to be in the wolf pack. She wants to do this, wants to do that.
You wouldn't think 10 minutes of abs is bad, is like nothing, but I'm like, it's rough.
Well, this is great. Thank you for doing this. It is past 8:30. Tara is falling asleep right now.
I'm going to need to get an Uber.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. This is great. I don't know how to end this. Guys, thank you so much for your support. We are back next week with more of the 777. We have 2 more amazing guests from 777, maybe 3 actually. We'll see what happens between now and then. And then anyone else running will we want to hear their full stories. Everyone we've gotten, or at least the Bex Nash was the recap, because we know who they are.
Yeah.
Right? We know their story. Thank you so much. Don't forget, where can they follow us?
On Instagram,
YouTube,
Patreon.
That's right.
That's the most important one. Patreon.
Lover of the pod.
TikTok.
That's right.
Facebook, which is kind of
Strava.
Yeah.
We got a
We got a Strava group.
Wait,
Not
are you
very
guys on
active.
Twitter?
no.
We are. And that was like something I did very early on. And then
Threads.
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 Oh.
Yeah.
I got rid of my
I love
threads.
Twitter. I'm not.
I love
got rid
Twitter,
of
but I
Threads.
love how I keep it separate from this.
Yeah.
It's all Bruins, hockey, NASCAR, whatever.
That's where I get
you
all
know.
my latest news. Go right
Same.
to Twitter.
Same. Like drones. So we'll do this again in 6 months?
Absolutely.
Game on.
All right. With
Game
beers
on.
outside.
With beers.
You're
Yes.
As long as it's outside and you can't spill in my
You're
house.
going to bring good weather.
I hope so.
And by that point, will you have run up Mount Washington?
You tell me.
Ooh, wait,
Stay tuned.
All of us.
Team.
Wait,
on
we
the
talked
run.
about this last time.
This is the best kind of peer pressure.
Well, my thought right now is hall pass for Boulder. So make Boulder happen. Make Pterodactyl sell some concert tickets, and then we'll talk about Washington. All right, cool, great episode. Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Oh, happy holidays.
Do you celebrate Hanukkah, not Christmas?
No.
Okay, you just said
It's on
Hanukkah.
Christmas. Like
Is
Hanukkah
it?
Because it's
starts
happening
on
on
the same day.
Oh, I don't know this.
Yeah.
I don't know this. I mean, my best friend growing up was celebrated Hanukkah. It's all great.
Happy Festivus.
Festivus.
What
for
was
the
it they
rest
said
of
in
us.
the OC? Remember the OC?
Christmaka.
Christmas? No, that wasn't Christmas.
Yes, it was. Do you want to fight? Because I know this. It's Christmaka.
Tune into the YouTube channel to watch this fight.
To be continued.
That would be Patreon.
Patreons only.
Yeah, you got to pay-per-view fee for that.
You can sign up right now.
Yeah.
Seth Cohen.
OnlyFans.
Christmas.
Oh wait, we didn't mention your OnlyFans account.
Only feet.
Only feet.
Only feet.
Rapid fire. Marissa Cooper or Summer?
Summer.
Yes, absolutely right.
Seth Cohen and Summer.
Winnie?
Goals.
What?
Rapid fire. Winnie Cooper or
Topanga?
Topanga.
Winnie Cooper.
I gotta go Topanga.
Winnie Cooper.
Mm-mm.
I
No.
feel like one of you said Topanga last time, and
No.
now
Somebody did. I thought somebody was on Team Topanga with
Yeah.
me.
But yeah.
yeah.
Did I say Topanga?
Yeah,
You
said
just
Topanga.
said Winnie.
Oh. Well, I'm a Gemini, okay? It's day to day.
Final answer, pterodactyl.
Topanga.
Yeah.
You just said Winnie, and then you went back to Topanga.
She's got the same initial
Winnie
as me.
Cooper. God, not even in the same ballpark.
I was thinking of what's her boyfriend's name? What's his name?
Corey Matthews.
Yeah.
Oh.
But what's his name?
Nobody will.
There was Fred Savage
Fred
and
Savage.
then
What was his name on the show?
Ben Savage.
Winnie and
I don't even know. I didn't watch it.
oh, you didn't?
No. That's why I'm
Great
Team
show.
Topanga.
Great show.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What's the theme song?
Kevin.
What would you do?
Stand up and walk out on me.
Lend
me your ear and I'll sing you a song.
Guys, thank you for listening. Keep singing. I'll try not to sing out of tune.
Don't forget to stretch.
Have a little help, my friends. Oh, yeah. Have a little help, my friends. Just stop touching buttons. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all your support this year. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Go watch The Wonder Years. Team Winnie Cooper. Erica, take us home.
We love you guys, and don't forget to stretch.